What is your background in entertainment, Matias? Did you want to become a movie star at any point?
I never wanted to be an actor, and the reality is because I can't remember any dialogue. But I seem to have a glib ability to carry on for hours and hours just off the top of my head. And not in a very organized fashion, mind you, but it seemed to be a gift, so that's how I eke out a modest living now as a master of ceremony at different events throughout the state. I'm also the vice president of the Mercedes-Benz Club of America's Sacramento section. I've got an old classic Mercedes that was a family car since it was new in 1959. So that's mostly how I spend a lot of my time. I'm working on producing a noiseless streetcar. No. I'm working on right now on producing a series for YouTube of movie reviews.
Oh, great.
Where I will discuss contemporary films in an antiquated setting. We're going to have a set that looks like NBC radio in New York in the 1930s with an RCA 44 BX ribbon microphone, and I'll sit there with a fedora. The whole thing will be black and white, but the content will be contemporary, so we'll see if it flies.
Tell me about the show you hosted here in town back on Channel 58.
Well, years ago I did host a program called Lights on Hollywood on KSCH-TV Channel 58, at that time in Rancho Cordova, before it was purchased by Kelly Broadcasting and became part of Channel 3. And now, of course, Kelly Broadcasting no longer exists, and Channel 3 is owned by the Hearst Corporation. Sunday nights I would dress up in evening clothes as I would have here at the Crest Theater when introducing films. Black tie, I would tell you what you should look for in the movie, or fascinating facts about the movie you were going to see. Most of them were classics, but every now and then there'd be a dog, you know. I wouldn't wax romantic about it. I'd say, you know, this picture's so bad it left a stain on the screen.
Didn't you also do broadcasting in Oregon?
I did do broadcasting in Oregon, but that was radio. There was no television in and there's still no television in Oregon. They're very rural there. I'm kidding.
Right.
KBCH, Lincoln City, Oregon, a little 1,000 watt, 1400 AM station. It was charming. I had 7 years on the air there. It's a 5-hour program Saturday where I did vintage theater organ recordings, music from the 20s and 30s, not unlike the program that I did later on for National Public Radio here in Sacramento on the KXJZ station. That was called Classic Jazz and Swing, and was on Sunday nights from 9 to 11. I did that for about 3.5, 4 years.
So what do you plan to do in the future? You said you're working on a production now.
Right, these YouTube movie reviews we're working on, and there's been such a paradigm shift in how people communicate that all the areas in which I had skills are no longer relevant. Motion picture projection, mechanical machines, vintage broadcasting, you know, with big open reel tape decks, you know, running at 15 or 30 inches. I mean, these things that are gone are Reco-cut turntables, you know, all those things are things of the past. The stone crushers, as we used to call them, said gear shifts on them, or 16-inch radio transcriptions, or wire recording. I know all about that, but it's a thing of the past. Now, people are looking the whole time at the palm of their hand with their iPhone. I don't have an iPhone, but if you're going to make it, you have to produce content for everyone is using as the medium of communication, and that is the telephone. So that's why movie reviews or other things along those lines that people can see on their way to work on their telephone will be the way to communicate in the future. So I've got to jump that way and take the knowledge base I have and somehow put it in this medium, or I think I'll be on the corner over here with a hat upside down asking for a few dimes. Oh my God, what happened to that hair? Lost in the swirling mist of time.